Welcome to Business Book Daily, where we pull one useful idea from one business book and turn it into something you can actually use. Today's book is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Covey was an author, educator, and leadership thinker best known for teaching principle-centered, personal, and organizational effectiveness. Before we get into the book, today's episode is sponsored by CommissionOnly.com. Want to sell more without adding fixed sales salaries? Many companies hire commission-only reps, experienced sellers who get paid only when they produce. Post your opportunity on CommissionOnly.com and get in front of motivated reps who are already looking for performance-based roles. That's CommissionOnly.com. Now back to the 7 habits of highly effective people. The big idea is simple. Lasting effectiveness comes from character, not tricks. A lot of people try to get better results by chasing better tactics. A new planner, a faster morning routine, a stronger sales script, a sharper productivity system, a calendar setup so complex it looks like it requires its own operating license. Covey's point is deeper. Tools help, but they do not replace character. If someone is reactive, unclear, disorganized, or hard to trust, no system will fix the real problem. The book argues that before you can lead others well, you need to lead yourself well. That means choosing your response, knowing what matters, managing your time around real priorities, and building trust with other people. That matters in business because effectiveness depends on both results and relationships. People need to make good decisions, keep commitments, solve problems, and work well with others. Covey's habits give leaders and teams a practical way to do that. The first habit is to be proactive. Proactive people focus on what they can control. They don't spend all their energy blaming circumstances, customers, employees, competitors, the economy, or whatever software platform ruined their morning. That doesn't mean they ignore problems. It means they respond with ownership. In business, this sounds like, "What can we do next?" instead of, "Whose fault is this?" That small change matters. Blame burns time. Responsibility creates movement. The second habit is to begin with the end in mind. Effective people define the outcome before they act. A leader should know what kind of company, culture, customer experience, or reputation they're trying to build. Without that clarity, daily decisions get messy. The team reacts to whatever feels loudest. Meetings multiply. Priorities compete. People work hard, but the work does not always point in the same direction. Beginning with the end in mind gives the team a clearer standard. It helps people decide what matters and what does not. The third habit is to put first things first. This is about making time-match priorities. Many people spend their days reacting to whatever feels urgent, while the most important work gets pushed aside. The customer issue gets handled. The inbox gets cleared. The meeting gets attended. But the work that would improve the business long-term sits untouched. Putting first things first means protecting time for the work that creates real value. Strategy, hiring, customer retention, product quality, better communication, hard decisions. The things that rarely scream, but matter most. The fourth idea is building strong relationships. Strong relationships are not built by trying to win every interaction. Effective people look for outcomes where both sides can succeed, and they take time to truly understand others before responding. This applies everywhere. Sales, leadership, conflict, hiring, customer service, partnerships, and negotiations. Most people listen while preparing their reply. Better leaders listen to understand the real issue. That alone can change the quality of a conversation. A customer may not need a defense. They may need clarity. An employee may not need a lecture. They may need expectations. A partner may not need pressure. They may need trust rebuilt. Better listening leads to better solutions. The fifth idea is to collaborate and renew. Great results come from combining strengths, not pretending one person has every answer. Teams perform best when there is trust, honest disagreement, and respect for different perspectives. That is not the same as endless consensus. It means the team can use disagreement to get to a better answer. And renewal matters too. People cannot keep performing well if they never rest, learn, reflect, or improve. A leader who never renews their energy, skills, or judgment eventually becomes the bottleneck. A business cannot run well for long if everyone is exhausted, distracted, and constantly reacting. So how do you apply this? Start by choosing one area where your behavior has become too reactive. This could be customer complaints, employee mistakes, cash flow stress, or missed deadlines. Instead of blaming the situation, name the part you can control and decide the next useful action. Next, define what effective means for your team. Pick the outcomes that matter most. Better customer retention, clearer communication, faster delivery, stronger hiring, fewer mistakes, higher trust. Then make sure calendars and meetings reflect those priorities. A team's real priorities are not found in the strategy deck. They show up in where time, attention, and money actually go. Then improve one relationship by listening better. In a sales call, team meeting, or difficult conversation, do not rush to defend, explain, or solve. Ask better questions, repeat what you heard, make sure you understand the real issue before responding. Finally, build renewal into the way people work. Protect time for training, reflection, planning, and recovery. Sustainable performance does not come from running everyone at full speed until the wheels come off and then calling it culture. Here are 3 insights worth sharing. First, lasting effectiveness starts with character, not tactics. Better tools help, but they cannot replace responsibility, clarity, trust, and follow-through. Second, the most effective leaders do not let urgency run the company. They protect time for the work that creates long-term value. Third, trust is a business advantage. Teams move faster when people listen well, keep commitments, and solve problems without turning every issue into a battle. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is worth reading if you want a practical framework for personal effectiveness, leadership, and better decision-making. It's also useful if you lead a team and want stronger trust, clearer priorities, and better communication. You might skip it if you want quick productivity hacks instead of a principle-based leadership framework. Today's closing sponsor is memoirghostwriting.com. Many of the best business books begin as ideas leaders have been refining for years, frameworks, philosophies, and lessons learned the hard way. Writing the book forces those ideas into clear form, and once they're on the page, they can travel far beyond a single conversation or presentation. At memoirghostwriting.com, we write memoirs and business books for entrepreneurs, founders, executives, and industry experts. We handle the interviews, structure, writing, editing, design, and publishing, so the final product is polished, professional, and built around your voice. If you've ever thought about what a business book could do for your authority, speaking, consulting, lead generation, or legacy, visit memoirghostwriting.com. That's it for today's Business Book Daily. One book, one useful idea, and one smarter way to build.